Hey guys, Dragonfire on the camera, and welcome back to another episode of Factorio. As you can see, I've expanded a little bit on our production line here. I had a bit of a crisis happen at some point, and then it became necessary that I just improved the system. Some of this isn't overriding. It's not got enough. What's going on here? Something's going on here. I don't know what's going on here. That doesn't require anything, so why is it slowed down? Are you kidding? Red science packs? That's what we need right now? Override stack, 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 override stack. And these two aren't. That's weird. I don't know what's going on there. Because these four here seem to be turning off because they've not got any reds. Which seems a bit ridiculous to me, because they've got plenty for that. Override stack 1. Override stack 1. There, that should fix our little difficulty. I think the labs are researching too fast now, so I think we have to turn off override stack on these dudes. Yeah, because they're using everything up faster now, because the research speed increased. So we gotta kill the stack override now. I'd stack override off because it was turning off too many of these at once, and I didn't like it. There we go, that's fixed our issue. It's just what it was doing is what it's doing now is some of them are turning off for a bit because it's, you know, using stack inserting abilities now, which I don't particularly like. So we're gonna have to renovate the base a little bit because I've added solar power because we're having a bit of an energy crisis at some point, which was like draining all the energy we had. Which wasn't good at all. We had literally no power for a while. And you know what it's like to have no power? No, because it was the whole base shut down because I set up robots, right? And I forgot to keep my coal line running. So what proceeded to then happen was the coal line, amazingly enough, because I disconnected my coal line, it ran out, and then my whole damn base shut down. And then in order to start the base back up, coal wasn't enough because it would get used up too quickly. So now what I'm sorting out is I was just sorting out up there. I was sorting out fuel production up here. So up here we've got fuel under production with solid fuel, and this stuff has a much higher fuel value than coal, so it lasts longer essentially. So now we don't have to worry about any of the difficulties there. Also have 200 batteries to make 40 more accumulators. Not enough storage space available. What are you talking about? So yeah, essentially, this dude's always going to have 30k on him at some point. It's just right now, because my copper in my inventory is running out, my robot army is now here to give us what we need to this stuff, because my robot army is being drained right now. Yeah, whenever my inventory needs supplying, all the robots go for me instead of everything else, so I kind of have to find the good positions where they can all come at me, and then that's kind of it, because then they'll all just do the thing that they need to be doing. I've got probably 150 drones now, because I've made 3 sets of 50, so I've got probably 150, and now I need to go and get more drones, because, you know... but I can't, because this dude's still doing his thing, which is bad, because we need these flying robot frames. And I don't have enough, and I make them in sets of 50. So it's official, right now, there's not enough. It is. Now my inventory just needs this one copper plate. Okay, that's it. So literally the whole damn base turned off because there wasn't enough energy to keep the base going. So that turned into a bit of a crisis. Also, our steel production is shut down. So we might run out of steel at some point, which I don't want to deal with. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the steel production back on. And unfortunately, that involves removing these stupid steel furnaces and replacing them with our good old electric furnaces. But I don't have any stone for, so I can't do that, because I need stone. Oh my... I'm wasting all my life trying to get stupid stone in here, and request a chest. Sir requesting chest, you need to go there to request iron plates, and you want 300 iron plates, because I can't think of anything better to do with my life than 300 iron plates. Also, you there, you connect. Thank you very much for doing your good job, kind sir. Give it life! Okay, there we go. Steel production hopefully turned back on now. No, fast inserter, because that's going too slow. There, now everything's turning back on, and hopefully this steel chest will fill back up with steel, because it needs more steel. And then I have to sort out electric furnaces for that. Oh boy, what fun. Whoopie-doo. And yes, I have solar energy. That's a thing that I have now. Because that was me attempting to give my base more power. Along with energy accumulators to store plenty of things. These things store megajoules, which is higher than megawatts. So during the night, my accumulators power the base, because apparently the rest of my base cannot function without accumulators in the middle of the night. But these things just gain megajoules, and each one has a storage of 5 megajoules. So what happens is it just gains more megajoules, and of all time, sorry, 1000, because all apparently doesn't exist. I have not played this game for 1,000 hours. Why would I? I would not play this game for 1,000 hours. 250, 50 hours. Oh my god. I've played this game for more than 10 hours. Are you kidding me? That's an addiction. I'm telling you, that's an addiction. Right there. That's an addiction. I don't know what reset filters does. I've been playing this game for 10 hours or more. Oh my god. And you get the 5 seconds and the 1 minute, and the 5 seconds is the best though because it tells you what's going on right in the second. So you just hold it somewhere and it tells you everything that needs. I don't really need to do that. But notice how the steam engines here aren't at maximum capacity. That's because now the base's production is keeping up with the satisfaction. Because of the accumulators. And whenever it needs to, these accumulators will just do their thing and discharge a crap ton of energy because they need that to do it sometimes. So accumulators will produce energy and it will increase the need for satisfaction, but it stores energy. These are just like giant batteries that just do this. And then they do that when they discharge, which they do sometimes. And as it gets dark, the solar panels stop working, so the energy production that the solar panels bring out, which mind you is 1.9, 1.8 megawatts now, and it just slowly goes down as you saw there with that little drop down. And when that goes, is when the production starts to reach this point and this satisfaction starts to drop, and these dudes start using their megajoules worth of energy, and oh my god, they store a lot of energy. There we are, that's one of it. That's a bit there when they start to drain their own energy because they've got nothing better to do. And then these dudes will start to drain while these dudes charge. Essentially, the accumulators with the most energy will drain first, and the accumulator with the least energy continues to charge until it requires itself to drop. So until all of these dudes reach the same charge as an accumulator that's still charging, or has lower charge, it doesn't really do much. Or until it's required that they drain more, because the max output is 300 kilowatts, which is a lot of energy. But if the base requires more than whatever all of this gives out, then they'll all activate to boost the supply going to the base. And I do love all of these dudes. Just flashes on and off. It's like a temporary light source. It's hilarious. It's like beep boop beep boop beep boop. Lights off. Lights off. Yeah, it's kind of funny because I like how it works. And then while my inventory has literally nothing better to do than just sit around and all day and do literally nothing, my drones are busy keeping the base alive. Right now, the only thing that the drones are doing is keeping all the mandatory things alive, like research and all that. But what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up connecting. I'm going to move literally everything. I'm going to have a bank here for producing such and such a material or something like that. And oh my god, it's going to take up a lot of space. It's going to take up a lot of time. I might just end up doing more off camera, being as that's what I'm ending up doing. But my accumulators will keep the base powered overnight, which is always good. And the base is still functioning correctly. I solved my energy crisis off camera because I forgot to record it. I was going to do an energy crisis video, but never mind. But yeah, I'm going to set up a drone system. I'm going to make sure there ain't a single conveyor going to anything. I'm going to make sure it's all chests and that. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video in Factorio. I did. I enjoyed setting up our energy crisis to not be an energy crisis anymore. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video in Factorio, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye!